And would you look at that? It is day 500. Hello everyone, I am back again. It is me, Shade, and today I'm going to be showing you a day 500 base tour. Now, it's been 300 days since the last one, so that means there's obviously going to be over double the amount of things that's going on. And as you can see, well, there kind of is. Obviously, some of the stuff that's gone on here isn't actually, made by me. They're either made by friends or whatnot. In fact, I have started this video again on one of my friend's islands, who, as you can see, have expanded a little since last time. He's got the jail with the villagers for some reason. Yeah, I don't know what he's done there. New house, that. And obviously, you can see there's another building for one of my other friends who's started to make his new base. That's with his new home there. Well, that's his old home. That's his new home. So he started to deal with that location. But obviously, I'm not going to be on about them today. I'm going to be on about my base. Since this is, my world mainly. As you can see, I've made the most progress since I'm on here the most often. I will also be ignoring that really long sword. Well, it's more like a sword without a proper handle, but that's actually a drown farm that Techie has made, who lives in the airship. But let's get started with this, well, much bigger tour and bigger building now. And I'll be honest with you, it's a little difficult to actually, showcase you where I'm trying to point with Techie Space with this new building that's here. Well, it's not really new. This was constructed right after the end of the last episode, well, video. It's not really a series. Maybe it is, but it's more of a showcase. This hopefully should be somewhat Enderman. It should be somewhat recognizable. Obviously, we have, the path thing, all the copper stuff, which are now all fully oxidized. I mean, it has been, 300 days, so hopefully you'd expect it to all be oxidized. So I'm going to start from this point, and I feel like this tour is going to be much longer due to the extra stuff there is, because it's 300 days of just me building, really, instead of the first 100 days really just getting things ready and all that. And if I'm correct, since last time, we do now have stuff like gliders and shulker boxes, so there's a lot of ease of transport here now as well. So to get started, this is the main area of what I'm saying is probably going to be the museum, or, well, what people have said the hangar, because it does look a bit like a hangar. Well, number one, how do I get rid of, there we go. This looks really cool. I can't really use shaders because that will cripple my performance of my computer. I mean, it's either that or Distant Horizons doesn't work properly, and, Distant Horizons is a godsend. It's so amazing, let me tell you, being able to see things from a while away. I can't actually, without Distant Horizons, I wouldn't be able to see that. I don't know what that is right there. Those 2 pixels are. That's, not gonna go and investigate that at all currently. But, this is my base. I believe this whole entire thing is now up. I don't know if that was here during the last episode. I do remember that it was majoritively just the flooring that I have now gotten done. So there's all this. I'm probably also going to be going through a lot of things that I have already showcased. So this will be like a full base tour of what currently exists. Because I don't really remember what I have showed last time in those 300 days. But this is the main area. So my basic design goal here is, we have the main path, which is they all intersect to one point here, which is the main 16 by 16 circle, which was where everything started. You can tell it's really early on because it's purely made of stone and smooth stone. Well, the rest of this is all made out of deep slate. Bit weird, but obviously this is going to happen less as I go and progressively build more and more. I do have builds that I want to try out with quartz and concrete as well. Expand a little more on my palette outside of this whole entire tough copper and deep slate. But if we go down here, there's actually 4 flights of stairs, and this entrance middle area, which I can go down and go back up to over here, and I can go to the other side. It's basically my storage area, which is also a bit like a crew area too, just in case anyone needs a quick sleep. These beds have come really helpful a lot of times when it's just dark, or someone's traversing around, they just need to get to bed real quickly, or someone doesn't have a bed, just quickly get in here. And I do that sometimes as well. This is my main sleeping area actually now as well. We've got all sorts. This is just, yeah, miscellaneous blocks. I've got a pumpkin there for some reason, but yeah, it's all got all I was about to say that this is full of just junk, but clearly it looks like someone's come in here and cleared some of it out. I have no clue what it would be. This would probably be like soul sand or something. I think I've taken from this one. Don't remember what had been taken from here though. Maybe gravel? Can't tell. But yeah, we've got all sorts of things. Chests, these are empty. I don't actually know which ones are filled, but all these are labeled. Miscellaneous building blocks, tool blocks, food, wood, copper. These are some extra blocks here. Over here, we've just got, well, what is meant to be cobblestone, but for some reason I haven't actually got a label for that yet, which is really weird. I do not know why. Let me go and fix that now. Got some sticks. Looks like I'm not fully finished, am I? So, I think I might have just constructed this, run out of leather, placed that for now, and then just never touched on it again. But if I go and place this whole area should be finished. It was, which was what I was expecting, and for some reason, my anvil, I don't have one yet. But I feel like I'm anvil? Okay, that something's been tampered with. Right. But I don't think I'll be showing like the mine or any of this. I could probably show the mine from a different angle since it's now been connected up some in a way, which I'll show. But this whole base, everyone's seen this. We don't need to get there. We don't need to care about that. What we need to figure out is what I've done with my anvil. I seemingly have lost an anvil. Right. Okay, so I'm going to go and create a new anvil, I suppose. And, you know, have a finalized area for you to see. And if you have noticed, I have now got a sound physics mod. Calling that cobblestones, so it actually appears when you hover over it. Like, it'll actually appear as like it was like a name tag. Because if you keep it normal, it won't actually appear. So that's why some of the blocks have that. But, right, we've got that, and, you know, over here, it's almost identical, except we have stone that isn't labeled as well, and also dirt. I really... Okay, I don't know why I did that anymore, but oh well. I'm not bothered to fix that, because we're doing a tour, we're not trying to fix what I've done. But this is full of dirt. Well, was full of dirt. It actually has the least amount of things, and, coarse dirt. Coarse dirt? Oh, yeah. Stone in here. I've not even got a double chest of stone. I might have to go and fix that soon. Quartz. A lot of rockets here. I didn't know I stored some extra rockets there. And over here, I think it's like enchantment books. Yeah, this is all mending. These are all random ones, and that's extra junk. And all these are like, you know, the ores. You can look at that. Armor, tools, valuables, other goodies. And actually, if I show you... So this is just like a little corridor that connects the two. I thought that would be pretty cool. One of the biggest things I want to do with this base is just have multiple entrances and exits. I'm actually even planning on maybe doing something with these. Like maybe making a tunnel that leads to my new base eventually. That's what I might do. If I remember. That's just come back to my mind after a while. But that is what this whole entire area is so far. Let's actually go underground, because that's where most of the expansions happened. I actually haven't worked on it recently, because I've been working on something that was quite the elephant in the room, the really big tower, which we'll go up to later. So this whole entire new base area has been, well, planned and changed to the storage and smelting zone, which I'm probably going to be doing after this video, since I'm actually going to need quite a bit of smelting storage, from the looks of it, instead of building other junk up there. And here we have the new and old copper oxidizer, which if you go through here is, well, just a really big room where I let copper oxidize. As you can see, it's been a while since I placed all these down. They are now all fully oxidized. I'm going to have to go and remove these at some point and put new ones in here. But you might be wondering, how do I have so much copper? Just raid trial chambers. It's a really lengthy process. It's very manual. I don't know if there's any automated process for it yet, because I'm still new to all this waxing and waxing stuff. But effectively, you just go to trial chambers, and you rob all the blocks. Shove them in a shulker box, come back home, and then what do you want to do is you want to place them all down on a flat field, like, let's say... Yeah, like right here. That's where I did it last time. I just put copper blocks all across here. And then with an axe, manually go and right-click all of them to de-wax them. And then you mine it all up. And then you shove them in here. I mean, the reason I did it like that, and you might be wondering why have I not just put them in here, is because the last time I actually did this was before I built this. So I can actually place them in here next time to make it less, well, stupid and all that. Oh well. But it's just a pretty big 50 by 50 room that just houses a lot of copper. And this will actually be the new entrance to my new base, which actually goes straight outside into the water, which connects to the mainland, which is where my main base is going to be, and is also where my friend's new base is also currently being constructed. Although, as it turns out, he's a really slow builder. That's taken him several dozens of days, but this is the farm zone. Everyone's been here. We've seen this last time. Although I do believe these weren't here before, so we'll start with the animal zone. The animal zone, you go up a really short pair of staircases, and you go here. You're back outside on the main area, which there's a secondary path that I like to take, where I get to store extra things. Probably it'll be stuff like, wool, leather, all the meat maybe, potentially in here. But as of current, it only stores some food, which is delivered from there, which means I kind of need a automated system for that, but oh well, I'm lazy, so I'll just go the manual method instead of trying to make some really complex contraption that I don't know how to do because there's redstone. Also, what are you doing here? Oh, why are there so many zombies here? What the hell? Okay, there's another one? Oh my god. Zombies. You can see how terrible my combat is. Let me go and light this up. We seem to have a... Right, I see where the problem is. So right above my copper deoxidizer is a perfect area for mobs to spawn. Not great. And that is a problem I've just realized because I didn't really, pay attention to this area after I constructed this. I kind of rarely ever come down here since I don't have much use for the wool and leather right now. I will be in the future, but, as you can see here, this is just where I keep all the animals for now. It's a really simple thing, and it has been, it was, just a better area to keep these guys, and it makes it a lot less noisy than if you were actually, had them over there. Which I'm pretty sure last time, all of this, there was some terrain here, which I have now got rid of since. Might also explain what some of this stuff is here. So, this 2x2 water is actually it was next to what was another base that was planned by another person on this server. This is actually one of their farms as well, which is a pumpkin farm, which, Techie, CC have both, obliterated and removed all the seeds and, don't really know what the word is. Forgot about it. They just took everything from it and left some junk. I'm not entirely sure what to do with this. I might delete this, but to be fair, might as well just, preserve this for now. Keep it there. Maybe I've got a use for it. Who knows? Put some signs up. Put it behind a glass box and be like, oh yes, one of the earliest settlements in this server was, this is one of the remaining things, a half-dead farm. But in fact, what was here was, if I can remember to actually show the photos, this section used to have a treehouse, at least the start of a treehouse that was meant to be built on as a person's base. They have, well, they don't really play that often on here. They've probably been here like 5 times at most. And what they've done is they were making a treehouse because they wanted to live there. And I gave them this plot of land because I was like, you know, there's a bit enough room. There's not really much here outside of, well, my base underneath, but they're not really going to go down. They were going up. And they just, well, I guess the combination of not playing enough on the server, motivation, and just the fact that they didn't really have the, you know, they didn't visualize it. They couldn't see the vision of what they wanted. It ended up getting teared down. So what I ended up doing was we had this whole entire ceremony because it was the first actual build that was getting burnt down between episodes before it could be shown ever already. Can't believe that's already happened. And we just burned it. It was meant to be recorded. I've taken a few screenshots, but the person who was recording it for me, CC, who, you know, is making that base, couldn't actually, like, his file that he recorded this on was corrupted. So the whole entire thing is, I guess it's lost. Although I have noticed that parts of it still remain on the minimap, as you can see here. This whole entire structure here. This is, yeah, you can see the oak logs, which is now dirt, obviously. It reads it's dirt, but it used to be oak, and you can see there was a base forming, but it did not last long. You can see the water, which is there. They had chests, a furnace, crafting table, and a bed. It is no longer here, though. They have moved out and, well, I guess reside there now. Probably a place I shouldn't visit. But that should hopefully explain what all of this is. And we are going to go back down and go and show you the rest of the farms. I will be skipping the gunpowder farm because this is the newest build I've done yet, which I wanted to save for last, really. But I'm pretty sure you guys already know about this, the wheat, potato, and carrot farm. This is one of the oldest ones in here and was a really big room, one of the biggest rooms I've made in a while until recently. You know, it's a 3-story compact, not really compact, but you know, it was nice. There was quite a bit of room, yet it was also compact enough to house 3 stories in a, you know, 10-block tall area. See here, there's potatoes, carrots, all sorts. I don't actually need a restock on food right now, which I come in here and harvest every once in a while, put them in the chest that's up there. Can't actually see it there. Right. But, you know, that we've already seen this. This is one of the oldest builds in my base. If you actually go to the kelp farm, which was the next one, I believe this originally was just this airlock tunnel. It's not really an airlock, but my friends describe it as an airlock-esque like it's an in-between chamber between the traveling area and the actual, you know, section. This is a cylindrical glass tube which has kelp in it, which I haven't actually harvested in a hot minute. I'm going to need to, because this is where I make all my fuel. In fact, the drying zone is where all this happens. Ooh, mysterious. It's a little, I believe this is a, 10 by 10 room, 10 by 10 by 4 room, where all the kelp is smelted using dried kelp. It's infinite fuel. It's lovely. Sometimes I just go and craft in here. We've got extra stuff. We've got more smokers. I believe we had dried kelp in here, but I think I've used it since. This is where I have all the stuff going on. It's not fully automatic, but it allows a much larger capacity of smelting stuff. I put in several stacks of kelp in here, 1 stack in here, let it all come through, goes in here, and let's go to the next ones. And, you know, while you don't earn XP, you do get a lot more kelp, and you don't have to go and manually, like, click in there, bring all the kelp out, and yada yada. It takes forever. I'm also planning on replacing these with stone plates and upstone, because yeah, if you don't walk fast enough, you just get completely locked behind. But this is the extra kelp area, a subsection that I made to increase capacity of my kelp production, because the main cylindrical thing over there, the cylinder, wasn't actually enough. So this is a really large swimming pool that admittedly has no other function but to be a really large kelp pool, actually. In order to harvest it, I can actually go down here to the breathing corner, which is labeled on this side and the other side, as you can just about see it. Right there. Yeah. And you just can get rid of all the kelp. If we actually go through here, this is like an extra little crew area. Since my base has gotten big enough to the point where I need several sleeping locations when I'm doing different tasks. Because I can't just run all the way back to my main area. It would take too long, and some people don't like waiting. So I just quickly sleep in here. Chests are still empty. They're meant to just house, like, I guess, personal belongings or more kelp, I guess. Well, we're always using kelp. There's never gonna need extra storage for that. And in here, I constructed a identical copy of that other room right there, just without the Hauntai staircase up. This actually shows you how big it is, just in case everyone wants to make more. 24 by 15. I don't believe I'm going to be doing that, but I'm going to keep that sign there just in case I ever make a third one. But these two usually are enough to suffice, and I'm happy with them. They work well. They're manual, obviously. A lot of things are manual here. There's only one build, one of the newer builds, which actually became automatic, but is really small on the scale. I'll be showing you the sugarcane farm in just a bit. This area actually hasn't had anything since I first constructed it. It is really out of place because it just sticks out. There's no structure or anything here. It's just some stairs going up, and that. I'm actually hoping to turn this into a dock at some point. What are you doing there? And maybe, you know, have this as a little port for boats. It looks nice. It feels like I could have something in here, and it's almost like the world's already cut out a little perimeter for me to, you know, mess around with. Obviously, I'm gonna have to cover that up, or maybe reinforce it. Who knows? Because yeah, that doesn't look very structurally safe. If we had to go in real life, it would probably all collapse into water. That and all that. But it's Minecraft. It doesn't matter. But in fact, I do actually need to go and expand and put other things here. But we do actually have these little tubes now. This will actually bring me to the third and last section of the kelp farm. This is the kelp entrance, or like another way to get in and out of here. Woo. It's kind of fun. You see, kelp farm used to be raw kelp in here, but I've moved them since. It's the little chamber, and we're back here again. As you can see, I like making new entrances and all that. And if we go over here, we have the sugarcane farm. Honestly, I didn't really have much of a theme for this originally, but you know, I've got this little waterfall. This looks nice with, you know, deep slate behind. I believe there is, yeah, there's a bit of sugarcane in here. That's where I'd store the sugarcane. Got some paintings. For some reason, everyone's first instincts when they came here was, oh my god, secret base, or like secret entrance. I don't actually have one for these paintings. I know people tend to like having these little things. It's apparently a Minecraft classic and a must-have. But I don't have that here. And for some odd reason, I don't know why, but the lighting is like the old Minecraft style lighting where each block gets dimmer. Only on the paintings, it's not smooth lighting. Like, you can visually see it through each block on the painting. I don't know why it's like that. But nowhere else. I thought it was a visual bug when I first placed them. But throughout the times I've just rejoined and relogged and let everything refresh, it hasn't changed. Also, replacing these paintings don't do anything either. But that's just, you know, a little decorative thing to fill up this wall because I'm too lazy to add more of these because they take too long to build. But last of all, the sugarcane farm. Here we go. Here's the main hallway. As you can see, it's pretty nice. I might use this style a little more. Who knows? I do kind of like this. A lot more spacious than the hallways and corridors I had already built. You know, the small ones for those areas. But there's also 3 extra points here. This is the manual farm, where, you know, sugarcane is. All the normal sugarcane, go and harvest it, collect it up, and yeah, that's basically everyone knows a sugarcane, right? Yep, sugarcane farm. In here, we have the paper stash. Through this little chamber as well, which has a little lantern too, is this, oh, that is called paper stash. There's this little area. I don't know why it's shaped like this, but I kind of like it. Why have Endermen been putting sand in my base? It's interesting. I'd say I haven't actually visited this room in a hot minute. Looks like I made it out of a lot of polished tuff, some cut copper, and deep slate. But this is a really nice area. It's just another sleeping area just in case, because I'm on this side of the base now. And it is full of paper. See, I've just been stacking paper and gunpowder occasionally if I just have any in here to craft with. Which I might actually be starting to... I might actually carry over a bunch of my gunpowder in here soon. But that is this little paper stash. It's just like a vault, or... Well, it's not really a vault, but I guess you could say kind of is. It's just a storage area for all my paper. And all the sugarcane in the previous room there. Now, this one is the automatic farm. The first ever fully automatic thing as well. It's not the best, I must admit. It's a bit clunky. Some of the sugarcane gets stuck on the dirt, but I'm no redstone engineer and all that. I'm kind of stupid, actually, in that department. You guys have seen that redstone video, haven't you? Well, if you haven't, you can go and check that out. Yeah. But this is it's just a load of observers, bit of redstone behind, and pistons. I don't believe this is based on any actual design. I think it's just, it works. I'm happy with it. And how much? It's really slow, but it gets its job done. Just extra passive sugarcane in the meantime when I'm building or doing other things. Definitely not as effective as the manual farm, but it's nice to also have that. It's also like a little small test experiment area. So we've got the sugarcane farm, and I believe for the last section is the gunpowder farm. I don't actually know if there's any other thing I've built since. Nothing about it. Feels like I haven't actually built all that much in that time. I have built a lot. My base has expanded significantly, as you can see here. It is much bigger, but it also feels like me running and skimming through everything makes it feel a lot shorter. We have this other tunnel that goes up here. Obviously, I've still got this to plan out, which is nicely in line with all that. And we've got this extra corridor, which is connected from my main base. So you see what I mean by the multiple connections, multiple exits and all that? I could get to my gunpowder farm through just this here, instead of having to go down and then through the tunnels there. This here is like a little courtyard, I guess. Looks a bit dead, but I have just been experimenting with some textures and just dirt and all that. And I honestly always wanted to try the mud bricks, so I made packed mud and mud bricks, bit of coarse dirt, which is why I saw them in the chest, and dirt. And it's just, just testing it with things that will be coming to my base soon, or in my world, which is really nice. And here's the roof of this thing here, as you can see. I might change this out, potentially, to make it connect with another area that goes down here. This is kind of nice. I do like this. Really nice with shaders on, actually, as well. There's a little well in the middle. There's nothing down here. I was thinking maybe I should add, like, a little secret base or whatnot, but... It isn't. It's probably maybe an Easter egg I might try in the future. Who knows? We'll have to see. Oh, and another plan is I will be getting rid of this glass panel here, and I'll be making a duplicate of what you see here, and putting it over here as well. We're gonna have two of the things. I think it'll be nice. Adds a bit of symmetry as well. Don't know why I'm a person for that, but this is my latest build. This thing has taken me, I reckon, 100 days, probably. This is probably where 100 days has gone. It's a bit dark here. Probably no mobs have spawned. But this is my gunpowder farm. It was originally built on a 32 by 32 circle here, as you can see. I built this whole entire farm here. It was a tutorial from somewhere online. I don't remember which one exactly, but you can probably tell by the design. It's one of the top few searches, so if you search up Gunpowder Farm, Minecraft and all that, it should come up somewhere. But this thing actually works really efficiently. I've built multiple Gunpowder Farms in the past, but they've never worked as, well, advertised. You know, they'd earn me, like, I don't know, maybe 120 gunpowder an hour, but this one actually works really well. I'm very happy with it, which is also why I pre-bred cats in my old base. I believe I've actually still got some. Yeah, there's still 3 in there. But these are like the offspring, which I've just put in here for the gunpowder farm to make it work efficiently. Now, there are two methods of getting in and out, which, you know what, I'll be taking this. This is the bubble water elevator, which I constructed originally to go all the way up to the area where you can AFK at. This first section here is a little observation area. This is where you get to see, look at this, distant horizons working. The whole world. It's amazing. Oh, and you're also really close to that, where it's actually loaded in now for me. That's nice. It's just a little area where it's also Elytra friendly, because at this point we had Elytra, so making this whole entire build was kind of necessary to, you know, have rockets, because we needed paper, we needed gunpowder. And gunpowder was definitely the harder one out of the two for me. But we've also got this, which is a phantom safe zone. And just in case you wanted to, I should probably put trapdoors here, block it off, but I don't reckon phantoms could get in anyway. It's just well-lit areas, so if you want to go AFK, you can just go AFK. Oh, also that ocean monument, which I'm going to have to conquer eventually and turn that into part of the museum. But that is what this little area is for, and oh, the arrow. This arrow, I believe, was launched by a skeleton all the way back at the ground floor when I was still constructing this elevator, and went through and up here, and it's been stuck here since it has been constructed. I don't actually know how to get rid of it. I bet if I break the block, I could probably do that, but I don't know. I kind of like it as a little, just a little novelty here. Maybe there's a little, yeah. Can't actually pick it up at all. You can tell it's a skeleton arrow. Can't interact with it or anything. But these, that's what this is. And if you now actually glide back down to here, I actually don't know what to make of this. I just constructed this before I started recording the episode. This was made on day 499. Like, I can't believe I just had enough time to finish this whole entire build to begin with. But currently, it just serves as a outside facade or just building, like a proper building that makes this look a little better. We've got all of this. I guess this looks a bit weird, with the whole entire flat face here, all that. Yeah, that's gonna stay. That's gonna stay. It's you know, it's part of the old build. Yeah. It's just for me to have an excuse to not bother continuing building on this, because I've had enough time building this building here, the skyscraper. I mean, I've got a second one to build, which I'm going to actually have a lot more uses for. In fact, I'll tell you now, which will probably appear for the day 1000 base tour, which is coming up, you know, after this, because I want to bring it up to from day 500 to day 1000. That feels like a very big like milestone for me. What I'm going to do is have it as like an observation tower, a map room, even a library for enchanting possibly, all sorts. That's what I'm planning on having for a building, a secondary building, and I'm also going to have like a sky bridge connecting the two, or like some form of bridge, well, maybe multiple bridges connected them. I want it to look like a proper structure as well. I think it'll be really cool. Go through these little chutes here. We get to go through the all the floors. Currently, since I just finished constructing this whole thing, I don't actually know if there's any use for this. To be fair, it is really cool to be inside of it. This is, I believe, the 9th or 10th floor. See here, there's a viewing zone where you can see everything from here. Distant horizons will be advised if you want to actually view much. I believe with 32 chunks, you can just about see where my friend's base is over there. Maybe, probably further. But you won't be able to see, like, future builds that I'm probably having in that mountain, because that's where I'm having my new base, hopefully. I will say, though, this this ladder was not the fastest way of going up and down. I really wanted to make a staircase instead, but I just couldn't think of a design that actually works with this whole entire thing here, you know, with the flooring and all that. You can see there was a lot of repetitiveness to make the same floor over and over again. I believe this is 10 floors worth of just this. You know, we're closer down to the main area. And originally I wanted to make it, as you can see here, down here. We actually don't have any windows in this one. here, as you can see here, this is the water elevator. I wanted this for every floor, but I just realized with the way I wanted to do it, it would be too bulky, or just wouldn't match nicely with the amount of room I had. So I'll just keep it with the ladder for now. I mean, it's the first of the 2 towers. I think I might want to reword that. It's the first of the building that I want to add here. There's going to be multiple buildings, I think. I'm obviously going to be, you know, I need to go and finish off the flooring, as you can see. I've got a 2x2 infinite water source still here from construction, all these torches. I'm going to need to fill this in with a proper floor, but I also want to make a basement area, or like a utility tunnels area, to also access the actual gunpowder here, which I can go collect. So that's something I do have in mind as well, which I probably should do first, but who knows when I'll get to this, or when I feel like working on this really big build again. As you can see, this really sticks out. Taking the longest amount of time to build, you have to actually walk quite far just to see all of it in view. Look at that. It is a proper skyscraper. It's definitely a build that I do like for the most of its design. It does look really nice, although it is made all entirely out of tuff and deep slate with glass as the windows. But having this just structure that covers the creeper farm, it's really nice. Really, really nice. I like it a lot. I just like staring at it sometimes. And really, just also looking at the progress of it over time as I built it, you know, this thing took a long time. Tons and tons of stacks of deep slate and tuff, which I can actually show you where I got all of that from now, just to show you that I haven't been cheating or anything. I do want to actually note, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last one, but because this is a casual world where I just want to build, but I still want to have all the you know, the dopamine of being able to do all this in survival, I do actually have to keep inventory on, which is the only form of cheat in this world. It kind of became a thing since it would get annoying to lose all your progress when you're in the end grinding or whatnot. You die in a really stupid fashion, all your things burn. I have already lost stuff, so before I put inventory on, I have died 3 times previously, losing the majority of my gear. So yes, I've still gone through all that pain, so that's still there. Ooh, what's this? But what I'm in right now is actually CC's little whatchamacallit? His mining area. This is where he mines for his deep slate and tuff and extra stuff as well. And I just, you know, I've not actually been here in a hot minute. I just realized he took that out. Pretty nice. His is on a much higher Y level, at Y level 0. I believe mine is at Y level -12. Might take some of this. It's alright, he won't notice. He doesn't mind me taking some of the ores in here since it's mainly for tuff and deep slate. Ooh, you know, that's a bit here as well. But where this leads to is actually a cave. What cave? Well, it is in fact the cave that I went to when I first started this world and started mining out. As you can see, I made some progress. I haven't actually gone further than that. I don't actually know what's beyond here. Ow. Ooh. A lot more from looks of it. Which I might have to explore at some point, because this is my home cave, you could say. Oh, and wow, it is all the way from here. Huh. This whole entire cave system here as well is connected to that. I've never taken that path, so I've never really realized that. I believe this is the direction. If we go up here, we can actually see, yeah, this is where I've been mining, and through here, this is what my deep slate mine looks like now. I believe it's bigger. I don't know what the old one looked like. I'm gonna have to recheck the video after this, but this hopefully is much bigger in terms of what I've dug out. A lot more deep slate and tuff. All this extra stuff here. this whole entire crater, or what you could think of a whole entire mine system, like an extra cave, it was all tough. All these extra holes were tough. This was all tough here. You can see there's a new one forming, which I'm going to be starting to dig out soon. And several here. That one here. I haven't actually done anything with this one. I might do something with it. I'm not entirely sure yet. You can see all this being cobbled deep slate. More tough. Yeah. Right here, as you can see. Oh, look at that. Covered all of it up. Get me out. There we go. There's that hole. Here it is. But you can see I've just been mining all the tough, all the deep slate I can get for mainly the tower as of current. Although I believe what I was working on before that was probably the sugarcane farm, if I'm correct. Sounds like a while ago now. Oh my god. I'm going to be clearing more and more of this out. By day 1000, you'd expect this to double in size, maybe. Or even more. Who knows how big of a scale I'm going to be and how much grinding I'm going to have to do. I reckon that probably 25 days straight I've just been mining here. Actually, nothing about it. Probably not that much. Maybe more like 15, probably. But still a lot of mining. Dug out just for this. And just to show you that it is where my main thing is, we can see the staircase. That goes straight back up to my old base. But I do believe with that, that is everything for my world, or my base as of current. Well, for my world, there's a lot more going on. We've got the end portal, we've got the nether stuff, but there's actually nothing in the nether currently. I've not built any actual tunnels, it's just me grinding netherite, so I blast out a few rooms with beds and all that. Yeah, that is it for my 500-day Minecraft world. Next time, hopefully, we'll be able to see probably the finalization of this whole entire area. I reckon it's probably not going to take maybe just a little more than 1,000 days, but no more than that. Oh, Thinking about it, it probably won't take more than 500 days to complete this. If it does, either I'm really slow or I've just thought of more and more things to plan here before I finally move on to my main base, which is probably going to take the remainder of all the extra days, 2,000, 3,000, who knows how much more. Tons and tons. But my next big steps is clear out that, go and finish the flooring, start working on the secondary area, do the storage stuff, and yeah, more clearing out, I guess. But with that, I'll be seeing you guys next time, where probably my next episode will either be my games design assignment, or more likely my Town to City episode 4, where I work on the capital city, or the main centralized area. I don't know why I'm talking about that here. It's a Minecraft video, not a Town to City video. But yeah, just showing you and, telling you what I'm doing. So, see you guys next episode, and bye-bye.